Hey guys, welcome to another review. Today we're looking at the Real Sword SVD Dragunov AEG. Alright you guys, so I've already opened up the gun, I've played with it, shot it a few times, loaded, unloaded, put the battery in so I kind of get the feel for how it functions and how good it is or what are some of the downfalls. But let me show you quickly what comes in the box. So there are two versions available. There's a version with no scope and one with a scope. This is the one with the scope. It's a replica of a PSO-1 scope. So I have I have the gun out of here, the magazine and the scope, that's all assembled. But it comes in some really thick foam and some of these peanuts in here as well, which is a little bit an overkill, but I guess you can't complain about too much packaging. I just hate throwing all this stuff away. Along with the gun, magazine and scope, you get a nice manual, which is actually written in English. You have this breakdown list. It shows you the steps to breaking the gun down for upgrades or cleaning, and it has an explosion view of all the parts. And you get this certificate, which comes from the factory, and it says that the gun was tested, certified, whatever. There's a quality control stamp on each one. You also get this loading tool, which is kind of unnecessary because regular speed loaders work just fine on this thing. You have a cleaning rod, which actually comes in pieces. I already have it assembled, but it breaks down and you put together about 8 or 10 pieces separately and you get this cleaning rod. And then on the scope version you get this bag. I'm not sure about the no scope version, but it comes with this is the box that the cleaning stuff came in. You get a lens cap for the scope. You get an eyepiece for the back of the scope. You get 2 of them actually, and one's already on the gun. Front sight adjustment tool. Some cleaning cloths for the scope glass. You get a screwdriver, and I think this is a rear sight adjustment tool and also the gearbox release tool, I do believe. And you get some spare bolts for the scope. There's one already installed. You get 2 spares, and you get a brush for cleaning off the scope, I suppose, and a rubber cover for the switch to turn the scope on and off. And it's an illuminated scope. You can only see that at night, obviously. So that's everything that comes with it, since the gun and magazine and scope. So let's get to that. Alright, well here's the reason why you're here, is to see the gun, obviously. So as you can see, it's a full length SVD. It looks like it's the right length. From what I understand, the exterior is all made of steel, not aluminum, not pot metal. This is real wood. It's all really high quality materials. As you'll see, the price tag reflects that. It certainly feels like it's high quality, like this charging handle. I mean, you get a really nice ping. It just feels solid, like nothing's gonna break. So externally, this might be the nicest gun I own externally. And you get a leather cheek rest here, the rubber piece. You get 2 of these, scope cover, the scope itself. Now internally, it has some kind of proprietary gearbox, and it's supposed to be the best right out of the box semi-auto sniper, as I understand it. I gotta say, when I first got it and shot it a few times, it did not feed so great some of the BBs, especially the Mad Bull stuff and these .36 BBs I've had for a long time that work everywhere else. They wouldn't feed here. The best I found was these AEX BBs and these Elite Force .32s, but those might be a little light for this gun. So I'm still sort of looking for the right BB to use in here. It shoots right around 450, as you'll see on the chrono test. It's pretty manageable to handle. The downsides are the scope mounts. You'll see over here, it's a little off to the left side. So if you're a right-handed shooter, that's fine, because you look at it this way, no problem. I'll take the lens cap off. But if you're left-handed, this can be kind of tough. You'll be leaning over this way to get to it, especially with the face mask and goggles and mesh or whatever. It's going to be really hard for a left-hand shooter. Of course, you could get a rail that basically adds a Picatinny rail on top here, and then mount whatever optic you want, and then you should probably be able to shoot left or right-handed. And the cheek rest is slanted to the left side, so it's oriented for right-handed shooter. Has a mid-cap magazine, which is great. Feeds through the top. It's right around 100 rounds, which is more than enough for a semi-auto. The scope slides on here. Let me see if I can take it off. Just reverse the process. Slide it on, throw the lever, and you're set. It's actually a really nice mounting system. I've added a sling to it. It's just a 2-point sling, heavy duty. It clips onto the front and I wrapped it around here. It seems to work pretty well. I'm hoping when I use it in game, when I'm moving, I can just throw it over my shoulder and I'm ready to switch to my secondary and then back to the rifle when I need it. But I don't know how it'll work with the helmet and all that other stuff. The magazine is a little tight to get in, but real solid, real firm. What I've noticed when shooting the gun, first shot you do, the magazine will not feed, you'll dry fire. Then the second and all the consecutive shots after that, the BBs will feed. So that's something to be aware of. You put the magazine in, take a few shots. So when you actually need to shoot at something, you'll have BBs on stage instead of dry firing the first shot. It also comes with this muzzle cap, which is nice. It seems to be very durable. I might actually be able to use this as a barrel plug when I take it out to the field. The scope has this adjustable, I guess it's probably to prevent sun glare. So you could slide it in, slide it out, lock it in. So let me show you how to take the handguard off. So take the mag out just so there's less in the way. First you need to flip down this lever, so push in towards the barrel and then flip it out 180 degrees. Make sure you get all the way down. Alright, so the best way I found to do this is to put the screwdriver right here where the handguard split and then hit this cap that's holding it together with the screwdriver, flathead sideways. Alright, so once that breaks free, slide it forward, and now you could just pull the handguards apart. There we go. And then you hook up your battery. I have a little LiPo here, that 11.1 that fits really nicely in the space. Then reverse the process. Put this in here. Close it down. Found this is better done with the gun standing on its stop, just because it gives you more leverage. It's spring loaded, so it wants to pop out. So put it in, push it down, close it. Then get this going over the top. And once you give it a nice press, flip that lever back up, you're all set. Put it on semi, let's see. Nice. Alright, so your gun's ready to go. This is the magazine that comes with the gun. It looks to be made of the same stuff as the rest of the gun, steel I guess. But it's hard to find more of these, so what I did was buy this. It's the SEMA brand. It's an SVD mag and it fits just right. It looks to be the same. I've shot it, it feeds great. So if you need more bags, get these, 15 bucks at Evike. I'll put a link to it as well. If you're getting the version with no scope, or you don't like the scope, or you want to run your own optic, you can get this rail that fits on the same way as the scope. So let me show you that. So you could have this set up here and then put whatever you want on top. And this one seems to be much more centered, so if you are left-handed, this might be a better solution for you. You could take this off and then you could come at it from either side. And since I got the scope version, I'll give you a little review of the scope. It's growing on me now, but when I first got it, it was just about impossible to see the crosshairs through the viewfinder when looking at anything other than a flat color like the sky or sand or something. If you're looking at vegetation or shadows, you would just lose it, because the markings are so fine that with any kind of distractions in front of them, all you get is just a hint of the markings, and it takes you a long time to find the center and aim. And these are always, of course, negative things when it comes to an optic. It should be able to find your target as quick as possible. But lately, seem to be not having these issues. Maybe it's something about just the right eye relief, but still, if it's this finicky, it's not a good sign, especially for something that's pretty expensive. It's supposed to be a quality product. So I gotta say, I'm not that impressed with the scope. I would recommend either doing something like this or getting a real one or a real replica for a real firearm, because that stuff just goes through so much more abuse and it's designed to be used by real shooters who are not going to put up with something that doesn't function properly. Well, that gives you the kind of the feel for what comes with the gun, external build, how to install the battery, and some of the accessories available. So let's shoot it. When I first initially shot it, it was kind of a little all over the place, at least for what I had expected for the price and everything I've read about it. It's supposed to be just a laser cannon right out of the box. But I had too many flyers. Sometimes you just get them going just right and you keep holding in the same spot, and then one would just shoot up or shoot off to the left. So I'm hoping the hop up takes a little time to break in as I'm going. It seems to be leveling out a little bit, but let's shoot it and you'll see for yourself. Alright, now I'm going to run the gun through the 3-stage shooting course. I'm going to start on those 3 targets over there, then move about 30 feet out that way, shoot out these 3 targets, and then go about 60 feet down that way and shoot the last 3 targets. Get it started.